Welcome to Supernova. Today, we delve into the intriguing topic of the philosophy of cybersecurity, exploring the delicate balance between privacy and protection in the digital age. As technology continues to evolve rapidly, the need to safeguard our digital assets and personal information has become paramount. In our increasingly connected world, where data is constantly exchanged and stored online, the balance between privacy and protection has become a complex and thought-provoking topic. Cybersecurity is not just about firewalls and encryption codes. It involves a deeper understanding of the ethical and philosophical considerations that underpin our approach to protecting digital assets and personal information. Let's take a closer look at some of the key philosophical aspects of cybersecurity. The key philosophical aspects of cybersecurity can include: Number 1. Individual privacy. This aspect raises questions about the extent to which individuals have the right to control their personal information and how it should be protected from unauthorized access or misuse. It involves debates on data ownership, consent, and the ethical implications of collecting and storing personal data in the digital realm. Number 2. National security. This aspect involves the balance between protecting individual privacy and the need for national security. It raises questions about the justification and limits of surveillance, data collection, and cybersecurity measures in the pursuit of safeguarding a nation's interests, preventing cyber attacks, and detecting potential threats. Number 3. Ethical responsibility. This aspect involves the ethical implications of cyber actions, such as hacking, data breaches, and cyber warfare. It raises questions about the ethical responsibilities of individuals, organizations, and governments in using and protecting digital technologies, including issues of accountability, transparency, and fairness. Number 4. Public interest. This aspect considers the collective benefit and harm of cybersecurity measures and policies on society as a whole. It involves debates on the societal impacts of cybersecurity, including economic, social, and political implications, and raises questions about balancing the interests of different stakeholders and determining what is in the public interest in the context of cybersecurity. Number 5. Technological advancement. This aspect considers the role of technological advancement in shaping cybersecurity practices and policies. It involves discussions on the ethical considerations of developing and deploying advanced technologies, such as artificial intelligence, encryption, and quantum computing, in the realm of cybersecurity. Number 6. Human rights. This aspect encompasses the intersection of cybersecurity with human rights, including freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and the right to access information. It raises questions about the limitations and implications of cybersecurity measures on fundamental human rights, and the ethical implications of balancing security with civil liberties. Number 7. Trust and confidence. This aspect considers the role of trust and confidence in cybersecurity. It involves questions about building trust in digital systems, establishing cybersecurity standards, and maintaining public confidence in the security and privacy of online activities. These philosophical aspects of cybersecurity are complex and multifaceted, and addressing them requires careful consideration of ethical, moral, legal, and societal implications to ensure a balanced and responsible approach to cybersecurity practices and policies. One crucial aspect of cybersecurity is individual privacy. It raises questions about the extent to which individuals have the right to control their personal information and how it should be protected from unauthorized access or misuse. On one hand, there is a strong argument for protecting individuals' privacy in the digital world. Personal data, such as financial information, medical records, and online activities, are often sensitive and should be kept confidential to prevent identity theft, fraud, and other cyber threats. On the other hand, there is the philosophical consideration of national security. Governments and organizations often justify collecting and analyzing data for the purpose of safeguarding national security, preventing cyber attacks, and detecting potential threats. This raises questions about the balance between individual privacy and the need for national security. How much surveillance and data collection is justified in the pursuit of protecting a nation's interests? Where should the line be drawn between privacy and security? Another critical philosophical aspect of cybersecurity is ethical responsibility. The question of where to draw the line between privacy and security is complex and often subject to ongoing debates and discussions. It requires careful consideration of various factors, including legal, ethical, technological, and societal considerations. While there is no one-size-fits-all answer, here are some key principles that can help guide the balance between privacy and security. Legitimate purpose. Privacy should be respected unless there is a legitimate purpose for collecting and using personal information. Security measures should be proportionate to the risks and threats being addressed, and should not unnecessarily infringe upon individuals' privacy rights. Consent and transparency. Individuals should have control and informed consent over the collection, use, and sharing of their personal information. Organizations should be transparent about their data collection practices, and individuals should have clear information about how the data will be used for security purposes. Necessity and proportionality. Security measures should be necessary and proportionate to the risks being addressed. Intrusive or invasive measures should be justified by clear and compelling reasons, and should be limited to what is necessary to achieve the intended security objectives. Minimization and anonymization. Personal information collected for security purposes should be minimized to what is necessary, and should be anonymized whenever possible to protect individuals' privacy. Data retention should be limited to the duration necessary for the intended security purpose. Safeguards and accountability. Adequate safeguards should be in place to protect the personal information collected for security purposes from unauthorized access, use, and disclosure. Organizations and individuals responsible for implementing security measures should be held accountable for their actions and decisions. Human rights and ethical considerations. Security measures should not unduly infringe upon fundamental human rights, such as freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and the right to privacy. Ethical considerations, including fairness, equity, and social implications, should also be taken into account when balancing privacy and security concerns. Review and oversight. Regular review and oversight of security measures should be conducted to ensure ongoing compliance with privacy and security principles, and to address any potential risks or unintended consequences. It is important to note that the balance between privacy and security may vary depending on the context, such as the nature of the threat, the sensitivity of the information, and the legal and cultural norms of a particular society. Striking the right balance between privacy and security requires careful consideration of these principles and ongoing discussions among stakeholders, including individuals, organizations, governments, and policymakers, to ensure that both privacy and security concerns are adequately addressed. It involves questions about the ethical implications of cyber actions, such as hacking, data breaches, and cyber warfare. As technology becomes more sophisticated, the potential for cyber attacks and malicious activities also increases. This raises ethical questions about the responsibility of individuals, organizations, and governments in using and protecting digital technologies. What are the ethical guidelines and principles that should govern our cyber actions? How do we balance the pursuit of technological advancements with ethical considerations? Lastly, the concept of public interest is another crucial philosophical aspect of cybersecurity. It raises questions about the collective benefit and harm of cybersecurity measures and policies on society as a whole. Cybersecurity measures and policies can have wide-ranging effects on society, including economic, social, and political impacts. Decisions regarding cybersecurity may involve balancing the interests of different stakeholders, including individuals, organizations, governments, and society at large. What should be the overarching principles and considerations in determining what is in the public interest in the realm of cybersecurity? In conclusion, the philosophy of cybersecurity involves navigating the complex and evolving landscape of balancing privacy and protection in the digital age. It requires careful consideration of ethical, legal, technological, and societal aspects to ensure that cybersecurity measures are effective while respecting individuals' privacy rights. Striking the right balance between privacy and security is a challenging task that involves weighing the legitimate needs for safeguarding data and systems against the fundamental rights of individuals to privacy, freedom of expression, and other human rights. By considering principles such as legitimate purpose, consent and transparency, necessity and proportionality, minimization and anonymization, safeguards and accountability, human rights and ethical considerations, and review and oversight, we can strive to achieve a responsible approach to cybersecurity. It involves finding the right equilibrium that respects privacy, while protecting against cyber threats, ensuring that security measures are justified, proportionate, transparent, and accountable. As technology continues to advance and cybersecurity threats evolve, the philosophy of cybersecurity will continue to be a topic of ongoing debate and discussion. It requires continuous efforts to adapt and refine cybersecurity practices and policies to address new challenges and changing societal expectations. By adopting a thoughtful and balanced approach to cybersecurity, we can strive to achieve a secure and privacy-respecting digital environment that respects the rights and interests of all stakeholders, while effectively protecting against cyber threats. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in another one.